Now that your web app is running in Azure and connected with Visual Studio Team services, in this video, let's try to work with the entire continuous integration and continuous delivery pipeline. Specifically, what we will do is we will make a small change in Visual Studio and commit our code and observe that automatically a build will be triggered and that trigger releases a build to Azure. Let's first update some changes in my Visual Studio. In Visual Studio, let me go to Views and Home and let me open the index.cshtml file. And within this index file, let me change this particular text. So I will change it from ASP.NET to ASP.NET Core. In our application, the change will come over here. So I'm expecting to see ASP.NET Core here once the build is successful. Once you have made the changes, let me go and save the changes and go to Team Explorer. And within Team Explorer, let me go to the changes view. And the version control has detected what are the files that have undergone a change. So in this case, only index.cshtml has some changes. So let me enter a commit message and just say commit all and sync. So once the sync is successful, let me go to my build definition and see that automatically a build is queued. So if you click on the build, you note that an agent is building your solution and it is running for the past 35 seconds. Wait for the build to succeed, and after the build succeeds, if you go to the App Service Deployment Center, you can see we have published another check-in or another commit. And if you go to the web page and refresh the web page, you note that we have ASP.NET Core here, which is the change that we committed into our version control. So what happened is that when you commit and sync all your changes in Visual Studio, the build definition in Team Services got triggered. The trigger starts a new build of your code and then deploys the updated code to Azure Web Apps. So congratulations, you have now updated your live Azure Web App. Hello everyone, in this video, you will learn about deployment slots in Azure Web Apps. We need to learn about deployment slots because in the next video tutorial, we are going to deploy the app using continuous integration and continuous delivery to a different deployment slot. And then once we are satisfied with the changes, we will be deploying it to the production slot. So let's try to understand what is an Azure Web App deployment slot. Azure Web App deployment slots are nothing but your live apps that have their own host names. App content and configuration elements can be swapped between any two deployment slots, including your production slots. And deploying your application to a deployment slot has the following benefits. First, you can validate your app changes in a staging deployment slot before swapping it with the production slot. Deploying an app to a slot first and then swapping it to a production ensures that all instances of the slot are warmed up before being swapped into production. This eliminates any downtime that you may have when you deploy your app. The traffic direction is very seamless and actually no requests are dropped as a result of these swap operations. And what you can do is you can in fact go and automate this entire workflow by using or by configuring something called as an auto swap when pre-swap validation is not required. So after a swap, the slot with a previously staged app now has the previous production app. If for some reason you do not like the changes that have been made, you can always perform the same swap step immediately to get to your last known good side back. Let's try to understand what is swapped between the two deployment slots. The first thing is the general settings such as your framework version, whether if it is 32-bit or 62-bit and so on, and app settings. And app settings can be configured to stick to a particular slot even during swap, and even connection strings can be configured to stick to a slot, and some other details like web jobs content and monitor and diagnostic settings. Let's also discuss what is not swapped. The custom domain names are not swapped between the two slots, and so are the SSL certificates and the scale settings.